A very warm welcome to all the friends of Culture Circle, members of New Acropolis, and members of the public, and to the guest of this evening, Radhika Nayak Sood. Radhika, most welcome, and thank you so much for joining in this evening. We look forward to the evening
Thank
with
you.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
The New Acropolis Culture Circle is an attempt to bring in culture with the lens of philosophy. It is not just to experience a nice evening, but it's also to take back the essence of the form, the art form. It is to take back the meaning of the art form. We, as aspiring philosophers who seek to connect with beauty and harmony in all aspects of our life, see a resonance in Sufi music as a way of deepening our relationship with the divine. Sufi music is a traditional form of art which is associated with the mystics known as Sufis. Some of the popular Sufis that we may have heard of are Rumi, Bulle Shah, Amir Khusro, Khwaja Ghulam, to name a few. The roots of the Sufi music can be found in Persia and other parts of the country like the Arabic world, Pakistan, and India too. Qawwali is a very popular form of Sufi music. Radhika's romance with Sufi music began with the Sufi mystic Bulle Shah's kalam, and she is going to sing a few of his kalams for us this evening. Bulle Shah was a Punjabi philosopher and a Sufi poet in the 17th century Punjab. Radhika is a student of Hindustani classical music. She is the disciple of Sri Dayal Thakur. She has received her taaleem from Tumri master of Srimati Dhanashree Pandit Rai and Jaipur Atavali veteran Pandita Sudhila Rani Patel. Radhika, who is a postgraduate from XLRI Jamshedpur, believe it or not, left her successful corporate career to pursue her quest for music. She has performed at many Sufi festivals. She will now sing for us for the next few minutes, and then we will open this forum for questions for Radhika. We're looking forward to hearing your mesmerizing voice, Radhika. Over to Radhika.
Thank you very much, Riddhi. So sweet of you to give this glorious introduction, and thank you to New Acropolis for this invitation. It's such a privilege. I was sharing earlier that to be able to sing this to when there are people who are going to receive it. So that is really a very big blessing. So thank you very much to the entire team for reaching out, and the kind of depth that you all delve into. Sufi poetry provides ample material there. So it's a beautiful confluence of what you are seeking and what these mystics have said and left behind for us. So before I start, I just want to say that we would have ideally been a two-member duo today, and I would have had Neil Mukherjee with me on the guitar, and I'm missing that sorely because he just brings the whole poetry and music alive. But because of the curfew restrictions, we are doing it in a solo form. But hopefully someday we will do it live, face to face. Okay, so we will proceed to the first poet that I would like to share his poetry is Sultan Bahu, Hazrat Sultan Bahu. Now, the verse form that he wrote in was a bait. It's a 4-line verse, and each verse is called a bait. So I'm going to sing 3 baits for you. But before I do that, I want to broadly talk about the themes that keep emerging in Sufi poetry. The first one says, ना मैं हिंदू, ना मैं मोमिन, ना मैं मुल्ला काजी हूँ. I'm not a Hindu, I'm not a Musalman, I'm not a priest, I'm not some great official. ना दिल दोज़ख मंगे मेरा, ना शौक बहिश्ती राजी हूँ. I don't seek heaven or hell, बहिश्त and दोज़ख. ना मैं तीहे रोज़े रखे, ना मैं पाक नमाजी हूँ. I have not done the rituals of fasting, nor have I chanted the scriptures. So what have I done? Baj Visal Rab de Bahu. Now Visal is union. He says, besides union with the divine, with Rab, बाज विसाल रब दे बाहू दुनिया झूठी बाजी हो. All the rest is false. This dunya is false. The only truth is my craving, my longing to be one with the divine. In the next bait, he talks about this another very interesting share which keeps coming in Sufi Kalam, which is the Murshid, the Guru, the Master. And he says that I wish that my entire body is covered with eyes. So I don't have a pair of eyes, but my entire body is full of eyes. He says, "ए तन मेरा चश्मा होवे, मैं मुर्शिद वेख ना रज्जा हूँ." I am never satiated looking at my murshid. I want so many eyes to be looking at my murshid. लू लू दे मुड़ लख लख चश्मा हिक खोला हिक कज्जा हूँ. I so wish that every pore in my body has eyes, every loo, and so much so that some of them, when they are closed, the others are open. So at no point do I lose sight of my Murshid. And then he says, Murshid da deedar hai bahu, mainu lakh karoda hajja hu. The deedar, the darshan of my Murshid is equivalent to a 1,000, a million pilgrimages. Lakh karoda hajja hu. So that's how he equates this whole relationship. And then the last bait is about, actually that's the most potent, I would say, for all of us. Padhya ilm te vadi magruri. Now the moment you start acquiring knowledge, you also start acquiring arrogance. So he says, Padhya ilm te vadi magruri. Akal bhi gaya taloha hu. And in that process, your good sense, your akal actually goes and resides in the soles of your feet. Taloha mein jaake akal chali jati. पुल्ला राह हिदायत वाला नफा न कीता दुहा. जो हिदायत का रास्ता है, the path of righteousness, that's a path you forget, you भूल जाते हैं हम. And that's not a very profitable transaction. It's nafa na kita duha. So this whole journey of acquiring ilm is not going to bring you much profit. Now here's a beautiful play of words. He uses the word sir in two different meanings. He says sir dityan je sir hath aave. Now in Urdu, sir is of course a metaphor for ego. That only when you give up your sir do you get sir in return. Now the sir that you're getting in return is the secret, the truth. He says only when you give up your ego can you get the truth, can you imbibe the truth. Sauda har na toha hu. This is not a har ka sauda. This is actually a profitable transaction, because if you give up this ego, only then can you get the truth in return. And the last is so beautiful. Vadi bazar muhabbat wale. You enter the bazaar of ishq, of muhabbat. Rehbar leke suha hu. Take your rehbar, take the jankar, take your master, your murshid, hold his hand and enter this whole bazaar of ishq. So Sufi poetry time and again talks about ishq and about the murshid and the murshid's role in that journey. So here's the first bait. ना मैं हिंदू ते ना मैं मोमिन, ना मैं मुल्ला काजी ना मैं हिंदू ना मैं मोमिन, ना मैं मुल्ला ना मैं हिंदू ना मैं मोमिन, ना मैं मुल्ला काजी हूँ, ना दिल दोज़ख मंगे मेरा, ना शौक बहिश ना मैं तीहे रोजे रखे, ना मैं तीहे रोजे रखे, ना मैं पाक नमाजी हूँ। बाज विसाल बाज विसाल रब दे बाहू, दुनिया झूठी बाजी हूँ, दुनिया झूठी बाजी हूँ। ऐ तन मेरा चश्मा होवे, मुर्शिद वेख न रज्जा हूँ। ऐ तन मेरा चश्मा होवे, मैं मुर्शिद वेख न रज्जा हूँ। लू लू दे मुड़ लख लख चश्मा, हिक खोला हिक कच्चा हूँ। इतना डिठिया सबर न होवे, इतना डिठिया सबर न होवे, होर किते वल भज्जा हूँ। मुर्शिद दा दीदार, मुर्शिद दा दीदार है बाहू, मैनू लख करोड़ा हज्जा हूँ, लख करोड़ा हज्जा हूँ, लख करोड़ा हज्जा हूँ। पढ़िया इल्म ते वदी मगरूरी, अकल भी गया तलोहा हूँ। पढ़िया इल्म ते वदी मगरूरी, अकल भी गया तलोहा हूँ। बुल्ला राह हिदायत वाला, नफा न कीता दोहा हूँ, नफा न कीता दोहा हूँ। सिर दिते आजे सिर हथ आवे, सिर दिते आजे सिर हथ आवे, सौदा हार न तोहा हूँ। बड़ी बाजार बड़ी बाजार, बड़ी बाजार मोहब्बत वाले, बड़ी बाजार मोहब्बत वाले। रहबर लेके सूहा हूँ, रहबर लेके सूहा हूँ, रहबर लेके सूहा हूँ। ना मैं हिंदू ना मैं मुमिन, ना मैं मुल्ला काजी हूँ, ना दिल दोज़ख मंगे मेरा, ना शौक बहिश्ती बाजी हूँ। बाज विसाल रब दे बाहू, दुनिया झूठी बाजी हूँ, दुनिया झूठी बाजी हूँ, दुनिया झूठी बाजी हूँ। So this was Hazrat Sultan Bahu's kalam. The next kalam is by Baba Bulle Shah, and he was so right. I was really smitten by Baba Bulle Shah's kalam when I had first heard it, and this was actually one of the first kafis that I heard of his, and it really grabbed me. And ever since I've been in the in this whole realm of Sufi poetry, and it's taken charge of my life. So this one is called Main Kamliyan. Now Kamliyan is from the point of view of Heer and Ranjha. Now Heer and Ranjha were lovers, but they could not unite in marriage. and Heer was then, of course, married off to another man. So in this kafi, she says that I'm crazy because I love the man, I love Ranjha, he's the one I love. Then actually she equates him to, the pilgrimage of Hajj. And she says, Haji lok Makke wale jande, mera Ranjha, mera Makkah. She says people may go to Mecca for Hajj and they are called Hajis. But for me, my Hajj is with my Ranjha. And she says that मैं ता मंग रांझण दी होइयां मेरा बाबुल करदा है तक्का, that I belong to Ranjha, उसने मुझे मांग लिया है, but my babul, my father, is trying to push me away with another man. And I think in this, the Sufis have taken recourse to Heer and Ranjha's tale often in their poetry. And the way I see it is that Heer, it's actually the longing between Heer and Ranjha is the longing between the soul and the source, and how the world distracts the soul in our lifetime, and how our entire journey through this in this body is actually to unite with our source. And so for her, the other man whom she's marrying is the other distractions that this world offers, and her love, of course, belongs to Ranjha. And then she says "Main kamdiyan," which is yes, I'm crazy. Now this is a very long kafi, and what I'm going to do is sing a small part, because really the greed is to sing as much, at least give a flavor of some other poetry too. And the beautiful part of this kafi is that it starts with a very beautiful set of questions and answers, and they are all woven around the theme of ishq, which is exactly what Bahu also talks about in the Bazaar of Mohabbat. Here the questions are around the city of Lahore. And the poet asks, how many doors and windows are there in the city of Lahore? How many wells in the city of Lahore have sweet water? And how many have salty water? How many bricks in the city of Lahore are broken? And how many are as they were? And how many women in the city of Lahore are married? And how many are single? To this, the poet's single response is ishq, that the bricks on which my Mashuk, my beloved, the divine has stepped, those are broken. The wells from which my Ashik has drunk water, those have sweet water. And the women who have their beloved, their Sajan, their Yar, their Ranjha by their side, those are married, all the rest are single. So everything is around this ishq with the divine. So here's this next kafi. It has there's one more verse which I'm going to try and include in this rendition, which is a very interesting metaphor that Bulle Shah has, where he says that us humans, we chant the Lord's name. We stay up all night, we chant the Lord's name, and we think we are very devout. Rati jage pakt kuhame, bhai rati jagan kutte. And he says, तुम अपने आप को भक्त कहलाते हो, you think you're very devout because you're chanting my name in the night, but रात को तो कुत्ते भी जागते हैं. Why should you think that you're any more superior or evolved than them? And he says, and then he does this whole comparison between the human race and the dogs, and he says, Malik dadar mool na chhadde pame pende 100 jutte. They never leave their master's door, even if they're beaten 100 times. सारी रात वो पहरा देंदे दिने रुड़े जा सकते. All night they guard their master's door, and in the daytime they go and park themselves somewhere. उठ बुल्लिया तू भी यार मना ले, उठ बुल्लिया तू भी पीर मना ले, नहीं ता बाजी ले गए कुत्ते तैथी होते. He says, oh bulla, wake up and appease your master. Go and please your master, your murshid, the divine. Otherwise the dogs will win this deal. So that's what he conveys. This is another verse, of course, which is sort of juxtaposed with this kafi. So here's Main Kamdiyan. दाल दस खां शहर लाहौर अंदर बई किन्ने बूहे ते किन्नियां बारियां ने नाले दस खां उत्थों दियां इट्टां किन्नियां टुट्टियां ते किन्नियां सारियां ने दाल दस खां शहर लाहौर अंदर खूहियां किन्नियां मिठियां ते किन्नियां खारियां ने जरा सोच के देवी जवाब मैनू उथे किन्नियां व्याहियां ते किन्नियां कंवारियां ने जवाब दस रही हां दाल दसा मैं शहर लाहौर अंदर बई लखां बूहे ते लखां बारियां ने जिन्ना इट्टां ते तर गए पैर आशिक उहियों टुट्टियां ते बाकी सारियां ने जिन्ना खूहियां तो पी गए माशूक पानी उहियों मिठियां ते बाकी खारियां ने बहंदियां जेड़ियां नाल अपने सजना दे उहियों व्याहियां ते बाकी कंवारियां ने हाजी लोक मक्के वल जांदे हाजी लोक मक्के वल जांदे मेरा रांझा मेरा मक्का नी मैं कमलियां हाजी लोक मक्के वल जांदे मेरा रांझा मेरा मक्का नी मैं कमलियां 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 मंग रांझण दी होइया मैं तां मंग रांझण दी होइया मेरा बाबुल करदा तक्का नी मैं कमलियां 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 बुलिया वे तू राती जागे भक्त कुहावे बई राती जागण कुत्ते तैथी उत्ते बुलिया वे तू राती जागे शेख कुहावे बई राती जागण कुत्ते तैथी उत्ते मालिक दा दर मूल न छड़ दे भावें पैंदे 100 जुत्ते तैथी उत्ते सारी रात ओ पैरा देंदे सारी रात ओ पैरा देंदे दिने रुड़े जा सुते तैथी उत्ते उठ बुलिया बुलिया उठ बुलिया तू भी यार मना ले उठ बुलिया उठ बुलिया तू भी पीर मना ले नहीं ता बाजी ले गए कुत्ते तैथी उत्ते नी मैं कमलियां हाजी लोक मक के वल जांदे साडे दिल विच नौशा मक्का नी मैं कमलियां विचे हाजी विचे गाजी विचे हाजी विचे गाजी विचे चोरी उचक्का नी मैं कमलियां 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 So this was Bulle Shah's Kafi, Main Kamliyan, I'm Crazy. The next Kafi is again by a very, very favorite poet of mine, Shah Hussain. And he's been a discovery over the last 3 years for me. And I find his poetry so compelling and so, it is so hard hitting, the poetry. And most often, when he's talking about anything, he applies it to himself. It's not preachy, it's not about telling you and me what to do, it's about telling himself. So I find that very potent. And he had his very unique way of signing off in his poetry. He called himself the Fakir Nimana. Now, Nimana was a term which I discovered in my language only about 2-3 years back. Nimana means the humble one. Who is beyond man and apman, who is beyond praise and criticism, who is above that. So the lowly one, he calls himself the lowly one. And Fakir is a mendicant, of course, somebody who doesn't believe in owning or possessing anything. That's a Fakir. So this particular Kafi, it's again the kind of language he uses is so hard hitting. He says, we've all heard the phrase, "Tu kis baat ki mulli hai? Tum ho kaun?" So he says that to himself. He says, "Husaina, tu keh baage di mulli?" He talks to himself. And then he says that, "Baga de vich phul ajaib." Look around you. There are such unique, magnificent flowers in this garden. Tu bhi ek ganduli, Husaina, tu bhi ek ganduli. And he calls himself this unwanted weed. And he says, you are that flower that grows without anybody planting, it just grows amongst the crop. So he says, look at yourself. And why do you give so much importance to yourself? Why so much self-importance? Who do you think you are? And then he says, apna aap pichhane nahi, aura dekh kyun bhuli? You've barely recognized yourself. And by looking around, you're forgetting your core identity. In the next verse, he says, "Ishke de daryao karahi, Mansoor kabuli suli." Now, this Sufi saint called Mansoor comes often in Sufi poetry. He was a Sufi saint who was martyred for giving the chant of Anal Haq. He chanted saying, "I am the truth, Anal Haq." And of course, that didn't go down well because he says, "I'm the truth. The truth resides in me. There is no dui, there is no duality." So the moment he talked about this oneness, there was furor around him and he was hanged. So वो कहते हैं कि इश्के के दरियाव कराही, this darya of ishq, it levels everyone. It doesn't recognize high and low. And he says even Mansoor had to be, he had to embrace the news. Mansoor kabuli suli, tu keh baage di muli Husaina. And finally in the last verse he says, Shah Hussain peya dar utte. Shah Hussain comes to your dar, your darwaza. Shah Hussain peya dar utte je kar pave kabuli. If you can embrace me, mujhe kabul kar le. With all my faults, with all that I am, you embrace me, you accept me. So that's the kind of thread he weaves into most of his poetry. I think the two words that really beautifully bring out his whole philosophy is Piri and Fakiri. scholarliness and the path of renunciation, fakiri. And he says piri brings ego. Fakiri is the only way to let go of this ego. So this entire poetry has that theme coming in different flavors and different metaphors. So here's this next one. Thank you, New Acropolis, for giving me this chance to sing this, because it's such a special, this poetry is so special, and I don't think there's any better place to render it or to present it than here. So thank you for this. Husaina, Husaina, tu kya baage di, tu kya baage di, Husaina, tu kya baage di, Husaina, tu kya baage di muli, Husaina, tu kya baage di muli, ਬਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੁੱਲ ਅਜਾਇਬ, ਬਾਗਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੁੱਲ ਅਜਾਇਬ, ਤੂੰ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਗੰਦੂਲੀ, ਤੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਬਾਗੇ ਦੀ ਮੁਲੀ, ਹੁਸੈਨਾ, ਤੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਬਾਗੇ ਦੀ ਮੁਲੀ, ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪ ਪਛਾਣੇ ਨਹੀਂ, अपना आप पछाण नाही, औरां देख क्यों भूली, तू कह बागे दी मुली, औरां देख क्यों भूली, तू कह बागे दी मुली, हुसैना, तू कह बागे दी मुली, इश्क दे दरिया कराही, इश्क दे दरिया कराही, मंसूर कबूली सूली, मंसूर कबूली सूली, मंसूर कबूली सूली, तू कह बागे दी मुली, हुसैना, तू कह बागे दी मुली, शाह हुसैन पे आदर उते, शाह हुसैन पे आदर उते, जे कर पवे कबूली, जे कर पवे कबूली, जे कर पवे कबूली, हुसैना, तू कह बागे दी मुली, तू कह बागे दी मुली, हुसैना, तू कह बागे दी मुली, हुसैना, तू कह बागे दी So we'll move to the last piece of the evening. I'm just keeping the clock in mind, and this one is the very iconic Bulle Shah Kafi. And I think it's a very appropriate way to end this evening, because I see that all of us are seekers here, all of us are trying to understand what this journey is about. And Bulle Shah's this particular Kafi really, actually it's beautiful, because it really puts things in perspective, the way I see this particular piece. And it's quite a coincidence that we started with negations. You know, the Bahu's first bet that I did was Na main Hindu, na main Mu'min, na main Mullah Qazi hu. You know, it's about negating that I'm not this, I'm not that. Then who am I? And what am I? And what am I seeking? That's the question it leads to, these negations. And this particular kafi also has a similar flavor. He says, Ki jana main kaun bulliya, ki jana main kaun. I know not who I am. Na main mu'min, na main mu'min vich masita, na main vich kufar diyan reeta. I am not a Muslim who resides in mosques. ना तो मैं कुफ्र की रीतों में हूँ. I'm not a kafir either. ना मैं पाका विच पलीता, ना मैं मूसा ना फरौन. I am not pure amongst the impure. I am neither Moses nor the Pharaoh. मूसा and फरौन. ना मैं अंदर वेद किताबां, ना मैं पंगा ना शराबां. He says I am not in the Ved or the scriptures. I am not in any intoxicant, any bhang, any sharab. ना विच रहंदा मस्त खराबा, ना विच जागण ना विच सोन. I'm not the one who is in the company of the drunken. I'm neither in, I cannot be found in sleeping or in wakefulness. Na vich jagan, na vich son. Then the next verse says, Na main pet mazhab da paya, na main Adam Havva jaya. मैंने religion का भेद नहीं समझा अभी तक. I have not understood the secret of religion. And I'm not born of Adam and Eve, Adam and Havva. ना कुछ अपना नाम तराया, ना विच बैठन, ना विच पौन. I'm not the name that I assume. I'm not in sitting nor in roaming. ना विच शादी, ना गमनाकी, ना मैं विच पलीती पाकी. I'm not in shadi, I'm not in joy, I'm not in gamnaki, I'm not in sorrow. I'm not the pure amongst the impure. Na main abi, na main khaki. Ab is water, khak is earth, soil. He says, I'm not from the water or from the soil. Na main atish, na main pawn. I'm not from fire, I'm not from the wind. Then this next verse is fairly straightforward. He says, Na main Arabi, na Lahori. Na main Hindi, Shahr Nagori. I'm not from the Hindustani Shahr of Nagaur. Na Hindu, na Turk Peshawari. I'm not a Turk from Peshawar. Na main rehanda vich Nadon. I'm not from the city of Nadon. Finally, this verse talks about who am I, finally. Avval aakhir aap nu jana, na koi dooja hor pachana. I know myself as the first and the last, and I don't recognize anybody else. So here he starts talking about the soul. Because up until now, he's talking about all the things that manifest, that are visible, that are tangible, that we are not. And that we so identify with. Our religion, our identity, our cities, our body, everything. So he says, Avval aakhir aap nu jana, na koi dooja hor pachana, maithon vad na koi siana. There's nobody wiser than I. Bulla Shah, keda hai kaun? Now this last line is very special. One that in Sufi poetry, the divine is equivalent to the shohar, to the husband. The intimacy is that of a husband and wife. So the divine is often referred to as shoh. So he says, now this is the moment of the mystical union where he's saying that, Bulla shoh keda hai kaun? I'm so one with my source that who is who? I can't tell the soul and the source, they are one. And they always were. So this whole concept of union, of Advait, of non-duality is what he expresses here through this kafi. So we will end with this kafi. सीता ना मैं विच कुफर दियां रीता ना मैं पाका विच पलीता ना मैं पाका विच पलीता ना मैं मूसा ना फरौन की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं कौन भुलिया की जाना मैं कौन ना मैं अंदर वेद किताबां ना विच पंगा ना शराबां ना मैं अंदर वेद किताबां ना विच पंगा ना शराबां ना विच रहिंदा मस्त खराबां ना विच रहिंदा मस्त खराबां ना विच जागण ना विच सौण ना विच जागण ना विच सौण की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं कौन भुलिया की जाना मैं कौन ना मैं भेद मजहब दा पाया ना मैं भेद मजहब दा पाया ना मैं आदम हव्वा जाया ना मैं भेद मजहब दा पाया ना मैं आदम हव्वा जाया ना कोई अपना नाम तराया ना कोई अपना नाम तराया ना विच बैठण ना विच पौण ना विच बैठण ना विच पौण की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं कौन भुलिया की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं कौन भुलिया की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं कौन ना विच शादी ना गम ना की ना मैं विच पलीती पाकी ना मैं अभी ना मैं खाकी ना मैं अभी ना मैं खाकी ना मैं आतिश ना मैं पौन की जाना मैं ना मैं अरबी ना लाहौरी ना मैं हिंदी शहर नगौरी ना हिंदू ना हिंदू ना तुर्क पिशारी ना मैं लहंदा विच नदौन की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं अव्वल आखिर आप नू जाना अव्वल आखिर आप नू जाना ना कोई दूजा होर पछाना अव्वल आखिर आप नू जाना ना कोई दूजा होर पछाना मैथों वदना कोई सियाना मैथों वदना कोई सियाना बुल्ला शाह केड़ा है कौन की जाना मैं कौन की जाना मैं कौन भुलिया की जाना मैं कौन की जाना की जाना की जाना मैं
Wow. Wow, that was beautiful, Radhika.
View.
You have transported us to another era, I must say.
Thank you, thank you.
A big round of applause for Radhika Sudnayak. I open this forum now for all of us to ask questions to Radhika if we have any.
Where do you get that calmness, Radhika?
Madhu, hi.
I,
Madhu, it's a journey, you know that.
I know, but like even during the journey, also, like there are moments where you get kind of high and low. But I think this is I think maybe third or fourth incident that I'm hearing you live, but I don't see that.
I'm hoping to imbibe some of what I sing really, because otherwise it's just words in the air. But I'm not saying that I'm living it, but yeah, it's impacting me somewhere. The poetry is so special and potent.
It's mesmerizing, actually.
So that.
Truly. Thank you very much for
Thank you, Madhu, for
helping
joining
Thank
me.
me.
you, Madhu.
Pleasure.
Uh, what is your source of inspiration?
Riddhi, to start with the poetry. I mean, the poetry that I'm privy to. You know, it's literally a privilege, I would say, because this is the language which I have grown up with, but I never, as in, it was never part of my being. But because through this language, this whole world of poetry is open for me. So definitely, the poetry is a huge source, and so many of my co-artists that I come across, at least through the Kabir community, I've met so many artists, and I've actually seen people live the poetry of the mystics. Some of the people in this day and age. So I think I draw a lot of inspiration from those sort of people.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Radhika, I found a great similarity between the last song and Shankaracharya's Atma Shatakam, where he says, "I am not this, I am not this." So, do you also sing Shankaracharya? Could you, if at all you do, could you just sing those two lines in Atma Shatakam by any chance? Um,
Alka, this is really, you're asking me out of syllabus, but I have to say this, that the coincidence is that one of my gurus, Sushila Rani ji, she had taught me the Nirvan Shatakam.
yes,
And
that's what I'm talking of.
yeah, and Na Jana Mi, I'm just blanking out
Na
right
me
now.
dvesh rago na.
Ah, and it says that I don't have a father, I don't have a mother, and I don't have any siblings, and the soul is the final,
The
the only
last
entity.
last verse, like in this poetry that you sang, the last verse gives the soul.
So true, so true. I'm so sorry, Alka, but I'm going to share the link to I've sung that on YouTube and I've
Please,
posted it.
please,
I'm definitely going to share that.
please do. It
I'll
is lovely.
request for
Thank you so much,
Riddhi.
Radhika. You were great.
Thank you, Alka.
Thank you. Well, I'm really mesmerized. I just have a question. When did you start Sufi and how has it helped you transform your life?
Samdu, it's a tall order. The second part is a little bit difficult to answer, but my encounter with Sufi poetry was purely by chance. So I've started believing in these chances of life in general, and I've started also believing that perhaps things happen by design, but so much happens by chance. So this particular, I remember I was singing in a temple. That was my first solo performance, and I had lined up all Krishna bhajans. It was a Krishna temple, and there was this one Sufi kalam which somebody had shared with me, which looked, something that I could sing, and I sort of literally learnt it by rote. I just learnt it, and I so wanted to sing it that I just learnt it and I sang it. And while I sang it, I think something within me told me that this is what I want to sing more of. Somewhere that realization happened, and yeah, so that was the starting point of an exploration. And then I realized that the whole universe was literally conspiring for that to happen. And I came across poetry on the net. I realized that I can read Punjabi, so a lot of poetry opened up to me, and I started meeting people who understood it, who could unravel it for me, and so much, people become channels for your own learning path. So for me, that has happened. Like, it's happening all the time.
Thank you.
Radhika, can I ask, because my mother tongue is Sindhi, and I don't know much. Unfortunately, our culture is a little bit lost. But I have heard of Shah Abdul Latif, for example, being a great Sufi poet, and I'm not very familiar with with his work myself. But I don't know if you've come across any of his work as well, in particular, and if you have any
Oh,
thoughts, please.
Sumit, I have come across his work. Unfortunately, I have also never sung it, so I've never learnt it. But I know of people who sing it beautifully. I think Shabnam Virmani does that beautifully, and I've heard some of that from her. Mura Lala Marwada. I can definitely share some such links with through Riddhi with you. And yeah, so I've been listening to his poetry, but of course I don't understand it. But somebody recently gifted me a book which is written by Shabnam and what was that person's name? I forget the other co-author, but it's about Shah Abdul Latif and his journey and the poetry. It's in English, so something that you and I can read. But I haven't sung his work yet. I'm still trying to discover the Punjabi space, which is the language I understand. But someday hope to. I hope to.
Thank you so much. It was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I'd like to summarize this evening. Very beautifully sang Radhika, straight from the heart, and it really touched our hearts too. Something very beautiful that Radhika said touched my heart is the only way to have ishq with the divine is to let go of your ego. It's so beautiful, so true. A heartfelt thank you to Radhika.
I just want to thank the audience once. Really grateful that all of you are here. Thank you, New Acropolis.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Radhika.
you so much.